Good afternoon. Welcome to Look North, the main news from around Yorkshire today. Popping up when you least expect them, why armed police are flooding some of Yorkshire's towns and cities. And a UK first, Drax Power Station trials new technology that could reduce its carbon emissions. Good afternoon. New high-visibility police tactics are being used in Yorkshire to try to stop criminals and prevent terrorists planning an attack. Project Servitor can see armed police, dogs, horses and covert officers deployed without warning to crowded areas like shopping centres and train stations. It's already being rolled out across North Yorkshire, and over the past few weeks it's started to be used in Leeds. Here's our Home Affairs correspondent Emma Glasby.
Morning, are we doing all right?
As shoppers fill the Christmas market, more and more police arrive in York city centre, armed officers and uniformed officers, and on the edges are the covert officers watching for any strange or nervous behaviour. With the UK terror threat level remaining at severe, this may well be the future of policing.
There's nothing to worry about. It's Project Servitor, I can tell you all about it.
North Yorkshire was one of the first police forces to use Project Servitor. The idea is to suddenly flood a busy area with police. It's hoped criminals and anyone carrying out reconnaissance on a potential terror target will be put off. How much of an impact does it really make, although it looks very good?
The thing about Servitor is that it's unpredictable. So we're basically making it an environment that they just cannot operate in, because it's not about just whether the police are on the ground, it's because the businesses are engaged, the security services are engaged, the CCTV, everybody is out looking for them, so they can't operate.
Now Project Servitor has started in Leeds. Police officers are looking out for anti-social behaviour and shoplifting, but also warning people about the need to report suspicious behaviour.
I think it makes you feel more secure. I like it, especially with what's happening in today's world, right? Yeah. There's too many things going on.
Definitely you feel a bit safer.
I know that we are being cared for, we're looked after by the police and they're here.
When I look around and I see some of the people who have been shoplifting and running out of shops carrying stuff, when the police presence doesn't happen.
Using so many resources is likely to be an expensive tactic, but this could become a more regular sight in busy town and city centres. Wherever the armed police, the dogs and the horses go, in the background are the specially trained plainclothed officers, checking to see just who's watching. Emma Glasby, BBC Look North.
A school in York has been forced to close after an outbreak of norovirus. The council says 50 pupils and staff at Copmanthorpe Primary have fallen victim to the winter vomiting bug so far. The school will be closed until Thursday while a deep clean of the building and equipment is carried out. Drax Power Station near Selby says it could become the world's first carbon-negative power station. It's testing new technology that will attempt to remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere while electricity is being produced. The gases will be stored and could end up in beer and fizzy drinks. Abijayola reports.
It's the UK's biggest power station, and today it's launching a pilot scheme that could impact on a global scale. New technology to capture the carbon dioxide produced as energy is generated has just begun.
What we know to hit our Paris Climate Agreement targets is we need to start removing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and what we're piloting here is a great example of how we can do that.
Coal used to be the main fuel used to produce electricity here. Now 2/3 of the units use biomass, pellets made from wood. Trees are planted to replace the wood that's burned. Drax claim this makes them carbon neutral, but some environmental campaigners disagree. The new scheme will capture the gases produced from that burning process.
What we're looking to do is actually capture the carbon dioxide that's emitted when we use biomass at the plant here. And what we're hoping to do is move from being a renewable, so carbon neutral, to actually being carbon negative, the first carbon negative power station in the world.
It all happens here. They call this the Acorn. This unit will capture a tonne of CO2 a day. The hope is by 2050 it'll be scaled up to collect 50 million tonnes a year. And that carbon dioxide could help put the fizz into your next pint. Drax are in talks with the British Beer and Pub Association, who use it in their brewing process. Abby Jayola, BBC Look North.
The Queen has accepted the nomination of the Right Reverend Dr Jonathan Frost as the new Dean of York. This morning at York Minster, the Archbishop, Dr John Sentamu, confirmed the announcement, as Carla Fowler reports.
There was an air of expectation among the congregation at York Minster this morning, and it wasn't disappointed. The Archbishop of York, Dr John Sentamu, was clearly delighted to announce the Right Reverend Dr Jonathan Frost, the suffragan Bishop of Southampton, as the next Dean of York. His official installation as Dean will be held next February.
I'm honoured and delighted and really excited about life opening up for me and my family, and the invitation to come to York Minster. And I feel that invitation from God to join in with what's going on here at the Minster, in the diocese and in the north. It's a huge privilege and honour for me to hear that sense of invitation and call, and today I want to say yes with all my heart.
And are you a fan of Yorkshire?
I'm a fan of Yorkshire, absolutely. Yorkshire's deep within me, even though I'm a soft southerner.
He's a fan of both Test cricket and Yorkshire tea. The Dean of York is responsible for the day-to-day running of the Minster and replaces Vivian Fall, who was chosen as Bishop of Bristol earlier this year.
It's almost actually too good to be true, in the sense that you'll get a bishop who's been serving 8 years. He's 54 years of age, so he's really got nearly another 16, 17 years ahead of him. And he genuinely feels called by God to come and be part of this community.
Yourself and the new Dean share some common passions, don't you?
That the things he's done in cathedrals, in chaplaincies, looking after the homeless and caring for those who are on the margins of society, what he's done in Southampton has been absolutely stunning. To get him here to be a dean, I mean, it requires clear calling. So I just feel really that this is just wonderful.
Dr Frost brings a wealth of experience as a pastor and leader in mission to this ancient place of worship. Carla Fowler, BBC Look North, York Minster.
And a quick word about Look North tonight. This year's British Figure Skating Championships gets underway in Sheffield today. The event begins with some of the most talented young stars in the UK and culminates on Saturday with the best junior and senior skaters in the country. It's the 9th year in a row that Ice Sheffield has hosted the competition, and Tanya will be there live for us tonight at 6:30. All that ice. Hopefully that's not an omen. Doesn't mean we're getting some ice, does it?
There might be a bit of ice tonight. That
really?
was a bit of a tenuous link, but well done with that. Yes,
Thank
a bit
you.
of ice tonight and milder by Wednesday. We're well into double figures. So milder air is on the way back if you're fed up of the cold air at the moment. But with that mild air, there will be quite a bit of rain over the next few days. So cold with scattered showers at the moment. This weather front will bring rain in from the southwest later tomorrow. There might be a little bit of sleet and wet snow over the tops of the Pennines for a very short time. But it introduces the Atlantic influence. And as I say, Wednesday we'll see temperatures well into double figures. But at the moment, the drift is still from the east. There's the weather front out there that will come across us later tomorrow. We've got a number of showers showing up on the radar picture right now, especially in eastern areas where 1 or 2 will be on the heavy side. The best of the dry, bright weather always in the west, but wherever you are, it's another chilly one with a light or moderate northeast wind and top temperatures around 7 degrees Celsius. So, the scattered showers will gradually die away, fizzling from the coast later tonight, and then we'll see clear spells. There'll be a widespread frost. As we've just mentioned, there'll be icy patches and perhaps some fog down the Vale of York, lows rurally around freezing point. So some fog patches first thing, they will clear. There's a risk of a coastal shower for a time later tomorrow, but the morning should be reasonably bright, quite cloudy at times but dry, and then through the afternoon we'll see rain onto the Pennines by around 4 or 5 o'clock. That sweeps eastwards through tomorrow evening. A cold day with a strengthening wind, highs of just 6 degrees Celsius, but look at that, much milder on Wednesday, Ian. That's the forecast.
I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm seeing it. Fantastic. See you again at 6:30. Bye for now.